What's up, you scrumptious strawberries? I hope you're having a lovely day today. It's another 30-minute Monday, so I decided it's time to record the digital process of today's picture, which is provided by the Twitter user Rosefae. I'll put a link in the description to her Twitter profile because I do want to spread the word about these lovely photographers. Whether or not you're actually a legitimate photographer or you just happen to see something cool and took a picture of it and decided to send to us, we really appreciate it because while Sam has a whole, like, she has enough photos to fill up stock because she loves taking stock photos and I love taking nature photos. I mean, like, we could technically provide all the photos for this on our own, but it's a lot more fun and it really helps spread the word with other artists who are participating in this. So yeah, definitely give her just check her out for a sec, and if you leave a nice comment, that means a lot too. There have been quite a few people participating in this event, which is like, whoa! That really makes, like, Sam and me, it just makes us giddy. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We're doing for today a cityscape, which the first two photos were very nature and organic lines, at least leaning toward more organic lines. This one's a lot more urban and, well, architecture. I mean, am I right? So, yeah, it's definitely switching things up, but I like that, we had talked about this with trying to have some variety with our photos, and I think it's a great idea because I don't have that much experience with architecture. I have a little bit, and I practiced linear perspective last year, and I'll be practicing it more this year, but it's still slightly uncharted territory. So it's really good just spend 30 minutes with it because that's one of the things too. I think that we intimidate ourselves when we say we're going to study this thing. But if you say, I'm just going to spend 30 minutes, less than an hour, you could get through it in one sitting. It's not that bad. So yeah, that's what we'll be seeing in the background. And I just wanted to talk to you guys today about, I've mentioned I wanted in my previous videos that I want these to be a little more topic related. And I feel like today this is actually quite relevant to me now. I have this weird habit of going through certain things, and then when I finally tell people about it or start talking about it, then it suddenly decides to go away. I don't know. I think it could be because I'm one of those people who likes to verbalize what's going on just to hear myself say it out loud. Somehow, I'm guessing at this point, I'm not 100% certain about this, but what I gather is that by verbalizing it and hearing it spoken to me helps me come to my own conclusions and gather my thoughts, and in that way I can formulate solutions. So what's going on today is, as I'm recording this, I'm going through something called an art slump. And I think most people, when they hear that, if I explain it more, they may just say, oh, that's art block. However, I don't call it art block. What I'm going through right now is I'm at a state right now where it's a period of frustration. I have ideas. It's not that I'm completely out of ideas, but I'm feeling a dichotomy or a sort of, there's a disconnection between the level that I understand and can see critically, but my hand and ability and movement are not able, like, it's not able to match my critical eye, if that makes sense. I know Sakura has a video pretty similar to this, which he calls it art block, but I still don't consider it art block because I'm still working on stuff. It hasn't stopped me from drawing. It definitely puts a damper, and I would say that art isn't necessarily as happy-go-lucky in times like this, but I'm still willing to do it. I think art block for the most part, and we could get into like hours of discussion about what art block is, what it isn't, and there have been plenty of videos where people discuss it way more eloquently than I ever could. So I'll leave it at that. But this particular form of resistance that I feel is a lot more mental because it also doesn't help when you see a bunch of other people who aren't dealing with the same thing you are, and they're drawing artwork, or they're creating artwork that's way better. And it's one thing to deal with art that's better than yours on a daily basis when you see people who inspire you, but when you're feeling particularly vulnerable in this stage where you need to get to work, and that is ultimately what's going to be the cure for this. But I don't know. I think you feel particularly sensitive to it at the time because you're just you want it to be over, and so many other people can't relate because they're too busy creating these amazing things, and you feel like you're almost left behind. Yeah. I don't know. This might be a little rambly today. I apologize for that, but I hope you guys are, if you're going through this, you're definitely not alone. Yeah, definitely not. This is probably I think this might be the second or third time I've gone through this year. And one thing that's been a common thread, because this happened a lot last year and the year before that as well, was after I dealt with this period, I noticed there was a noticeable growth in my art. So it's all the more important to go back to the basics and do the studies because yeah, you're not feeling great about it, and it kind of because you kind of lose a little self-confidence in the process too. You kind of just want to take a break from art and then crawl into a hole. But I mean, if you really get absolutely no enjoyment out of what you're doing as a result of this, I mean, I'm not going to say don't take any breaks, but there's also this very dangerous line you cross very quickly from taking a break into procrastination and inaction or inertia. And you don't want to do that, especially not if you're like me and trying to, be a professional. So, or if you are a professional, you can't really afford to do that. So, I mean, if you're just doing art as a hobby and you find that you're having trouble, then yeah, take a break. There's no pressure on you whatsoever. If you're a professional and you need to make money with art, then well, just take a break, but just don't take a break for 6 weeks unless you have enough money to support you within that time. Anywhoosies, I think that'll be about it. I mean, I think I've kind of said everything there's to say. Let me know in the comments section if there's anything I've left out. I mean, granted, I'm not going to bring mental illness into this either because I don't think I mean, there is some mental, I said before with the self-confidence being a thing, but I'm saying it from a place of you had self-confidence when you were okay and stuff, but then when you're in this state, you kind of lack self-confidence. I feel like that's only natural. I would think everyone who's going through this sort of thing deals with that. So I wouldn't say it really tiptoes into that territory. I don't know. Again, that's what the comment section is for. um, Anywhoosies, here's the final product, I suppose. Oh gosh. Yeah, I always wish I had more time with these, but again, 30 minutes, it focuses you and centers you on that one thing just to get it done. So it did its job correctly, so I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being here and sticking around throughout this time of no schedule. I really do appreciate it. And I read all of the comments. If I don't reply, it's because YouTube didn't notify me that someone commented. Anyway, enough about that. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you decide to participate in this, just use the hashtag 30minmun on Twitter. I need to be checking on Instagram more, but I also think you can do Tumblr as well. I don't really use Tumblr, so I don't post art there or anything like that. So yeah, but If you're on Twitter, we will retweet from the official 30-minute Monday channel account. Yes, account. I can do words. Okay, but anywho, these, yeah, let us know. Tag us. We'd love to see and promote your artwork. And if you have any photos, we also have a form that you can fill out and send to us. I will also include that in the description below. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely week. Until next time.